so unprepared today. Holy shit. There we go. So unprepared today. We are nothing a professional organization. I'm Doug Zanger, founder and editor-in-chief, Indie Agency News. Our brief is very simple. Build the global home for independent agencies. Our mission, serve independent agencies and the brilliant people behind them. Our goal, more visibility for indies and more choice for marketers. Thursdays are all about work. We're going to bring our wonderful wonderful creative folks from Big Com in Birmingham, Alabama, and Omelet from LA/Culver City in the weird building, the pterodactyl building. Lots of places to hide your cocaine and that. No, I'm kidding. That was the 80s. Come on, that shit was funny. Come on, you're all allowed to laugh backstage. Come on. Everybody lighten up, Francis. So I'm like juggling all these things. So daughter's birthday, drove her. That's late. I got her to school late. She's late. I'm late. I'm half paying attention to something going on LinkedIn, which I want to share with you. So I want to say this. Let me caveat this. If I poke fun at you, that means I like you. Maybe it's an Italian thing. I don't know. Is this the right one? Is this the one with Lindsay on it? All right, Lindsay Slaby, who I really like and really respect. Really like what she does. I like her point of view. You know, she's deservedly critical of a lot of things, and one of the things that she's critical about with indies is the difference between capital B business and lowercase b business. And so I don't want to get, but she's one of the most awesomest people in the business, capital B. And so she was talking about, let's see, it's all about this Omnicom IPG stuff. So you can see here, I've seen many comments about indie creative shops. So she spelled it INDY. And so snarky me went indie equals Indianapolis, indie equals agency. Snarky, you know that comes from a place of love. And it does. It does, Lindsay. If I give you shit, that means I like you. Let's see. And then there's this other one I screwed up yesterday. So again, Omnicom IPG, we did a little open mic thing on Tuesday, and I was rattling off, I don't know, it was something about something. Global insights and local activations. Now you have to remember that there are, what I neglected to say was that there are a lot of indie agency networks that do that do global insights, local activations, because that's how they're set up. And that's what they do extraordinarily well. So Worldwide Partners, Eamon, Tan, Soda, and then of course, I forget my friend Nick Johnson. You caught me in the middle of a reply to that. So Nostos Network, and there's a bunch more, and I forgot them. So sorry. I'm really sorry. It's been a week. I don't know about you. I'm ready for a holiday. I am ready for a freaking break. And I'm bringing all four of our guests on. I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's go to the calendar, everybody. Let's go to the calendar. Let's take a look at this. We are closing up shop the 23rd until, I don't know, February 7th or 8th. Yeah, February. We're not based in France. If that was the case, we'd be shut down until June. I'm kidding. No, we're gonna just need a break because we've been sprinting for really. This thing started over a year ago, but really effectively, this thing's been going for a year. And the blessing in this, after I was all foul-mouthed, and now you get all religious on us, Doug. This time last year we had about 12 members. Now we're close to 190. So we are insanely grateful for that. And your two agencies, by the way, big supporters. And the whole thing about IndieWork is we just like to dig in a little bit of the work. If you are an indie agency, Whose noise is that? Is that Raul? What is that?
I'm not sure.
What was that? That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know. It sounded like an espresso machine. I'm kind of, yeah, but I got my little Dutch Bros for those of you. You guys don't have Dutch Bros down there, do you? No, that's that. It will be coming. Trust me. A coffee shop that was founded in Oregon. It will be there. IndieWork. We love talking about our members' work. And here's the thing about it too. It doesn't have to be super new. One of the things at Adweek and at the Drum that, is great, but we cover work, but there's this weird thing of, oh, it has to be new. It has to. No, it doesn't. It could be 3 years old. It could be 5 years old. I love talking about old work because all of the things that you can learn from it are still there. What you can learn about strategy, what you can learn about creativity, what you can learn about managing a client, selling in good work. And we've got new work, newish work. And we're going to start. So Raul and Jimmy, I'm going to hide you. You're going to be backstage. And I want to start with Janie and Jake. So wait, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on, Jimmy. There we go. Can you guys cut me a break? Like, give me a little bit of grace today.
It's 2 weeks from Christmas. Everybody deserves a break.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, so Birmingham, Alabama. I was talking to my former editor, David Greiner from Adweek. He's now the owner of a bakery there. I don't know what the bakery is. So,
It's probably Continental. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes.
He's a friend of Big. He knows a lot of us over at the agency.
Right. So I told him that he won the Indie Agency News Pivot of the Decade.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait to come down. My son and I, we were talking about this. He said, "Dad, what states have you been to?" I said, "I've been to every state except Alabama and Alaska." And so, one of my very good friends being down there, y'all are down there. It's high time. So that is on the list for 2025. Now, speaking of Alabama, this campaign was it was sent to me a little while ago, and I was looking more into this, and I just this is so good. Like there's a million things you could do to unpack this, but the thing about this is that any time that you are doing something that is related to economic development, because economic development for a very long time has been, I would argue, somewhat, it feels institutionalized, if that makes sense, right? So it's felt like utilitarian, unless, we really need to be focusing in on people and we need to be focusing in on talent. I see this and I get very excited because this is really important for it cuts across everything. It's important for the state, it's important for the companies, it's important for talent, and it all points to growth. So I'd love to get a take on what the ask was. Give us a little bit of the history of your relationship with the client, and just give us the thumbnail on that.
Yeah. So we started working, the client really is this public-private partnership called Innovate Alabama.
Right.
They're really tasked with growing kind of the innovation ecosystem, so tech, startup, entrepreneur, ecosystem throughout Alabama. Right. And really kind of their position is, that is going to contribute to our broader economic development throughout the state.
Right.
So we need to be investing in the talent, training people on how to lead a successful startup, how to grow kind of the innovation talent across the state. That's going to contribute to, established businesses as well.
True.
So that's really their charge. And we had worked with them on some other projects. And then, they received this report from the Hoover Commission that was essentially saying, Alabama has this unique outdoor landscape. We have some untouched, beautiful, you would never imagine that you were in Alabama sort of spaces here. And people don't really know about it. People who are local, these are treasured spaces to them, but people outside of the state really don't know about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would say I learned a lot as well. Myself, I've lived here my whole life in this state, and had no idea that like Alabama is one of the most biodiverse states in the nation.
Yep.
Mountains in the north, coastline, beaches. We knew about all those, but everything in between, we're just kind of shocked. The more we dig into our state, how big it is, and how much there is here to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
And we
understand
had,
that.
as an agency, had actually done some research, kind of around the same time that, that report had come out, and we were just starting our work with Innovate. We had done some research just into innovation talent. What is this kind of new
Right.
wave of talent? What are they looking for?
Right.
What sort of markets are they wanting to be in? What are the things they find most attractive when they're
Right.
thinking about kind of career path? And one of the things was, a connection to the outdoors.
Yeah.
And the ability to kind of step outside and have a little bit more space to breathe, have
Right.
some accessible kind of outdoor activities in your backyard. That was something that was really attractive to them.
Right.
So, our agency, working really closely with Innovate, really kind of lasered in on this opportunity to essentially have a branding campaign for Alabama's outdoors, geared toward kind of this new generation of talent.
Right. Yeah. And here, so underneath that too, which, there's that side of it. The real practical side of it also is starting a business in Alabama is not as expensive as California.
Mhm.
Living in Alabama is not as expensive as San Francisco. I mean, as I said that sentence, the rents just went up in San Francisco by $2,000 a month.
Right.
And so, it's really interesting because you start seeing these pockets, because if you look at Austin, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it was Dell, but then everybody got hip to the trick. And now it's, Austin is Austin. You take a look in Europe, Estonia, you take a look at some of these other places that aren't as, expensive or crowded or, all those things. So talk about that as a competitive advantage in building this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you look at our major cities, Huntsville, Birmingham, Mobile, they are tech hubs now. That's been growing in the past couple decades. They've really exploded in their growth, but they're not overpopulated giant mega cities. They're still within 20 minutes of a national park. I work downtown Birmingham, and I can be in a national park in 15 minutes, which is unheard of in most of the rest of the country. So it has that, tech appeal for all those large companies like cybersecurity and aerospace engineering, but with, like Jamie said, with a lot of space to breathe and low cost of living, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and Huntsville is, and you mentioned for decades, Huntsville has been on the forefront of avionics, aviation, space, like all of those things, and that's something that people forget.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I mean, that industry, of course, that's been established for decades. But now, the tech landscape has changed so much over the past years. Every industry has a tech component and has kind of a startup culture that contributes to the IP or to the infrastructure of that. And so you look at places all across the US, they're all trying to kind of figure out what their niche is going to be and how they're going to, set themselves apart. And so, really Alabama has this opportunity, around a lot of our different industries to kind of stake out those areas. And, given the, to your point, quality, lower cost of living, kind of these smaller tech and startup landscapes, it's a just more forgiving environment to try something new.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's especially true after the pandemic. I think work-life balance, we all realized how important that actually was.
Right.
And that was part of the study that Jamie mentioned by the Hoover Institute. It was actually led by Condoleezza Rice, who's an Alabama native. Like, the whole goal was to find out why people are moving where they're moving to and what makes Alabama special and how can we accentuate that. And a big part of that is work-life balance,
Right. Condoleezza Rice, alumna of the University of Denver, where I went to school. Don't agree with her politics, but good on her. All right, so let's go. We're just gonna go right by it. I like the clean. I like this. So walk through some of the design elements here that you God, I mean, it's. I'll go to the site here in a second, but I want to just have you walk through some of these elements.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first thing is this wasn't a naming project when it came to us. It started as a website, and
Wow.
And so that's one of the things that we really love doing at Big is turning small opportunities into big opportunities, is making a campaign into a lifestyle brand,
Right.
into something that you can wear and want to represent and be part of your identity. And so we felt it was really, really important for us to come up with a name for this and to brand it as a lifestyle brand. It's something that could take inspiration from, Patagonia, Arc'teryx, REI, all those kind of brands, but be like adjacent to them. So we're not a high-end luxury, outdoor brand, but we are next to them, and we'll be seen in that space, hopefully. So,
Right.
Color palette is probably the first thing you'll notice is it's really hot. Most of the campaign obviously is digital, and so we wanted to not just stand out in the digital space, but also we have a lot of natural beauty here that was going to be obviously natural tones, and we wanted a hot color palette that we kind of call high vis palette.
Yeah. No, I like that because it is that counterweight to it. God, it's so good. This looks so good.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a large team, a lot of fun to work on. We had a really great staff of designers, web designers, developers, really, really smart people, really talented photography and video as well. It was just all hands on deck. We were all excited to work on it.
Yeah, and so going into like some of the, look at this, that sharp, just using data.
Yeah. The map is my personal favorite part.
Yeah. Well, and that was a really important component to them and kind of the whole thought behind this. And you mentioned kind of economic development can be such a dry exercise and kind of gets lost in like the state agency world, and really wanted to kind of put the platform together to evidence a lifestyle, a culture that people can tap into. So getting people to feel a little bit more ownership over these spaces, using kind of this digital empowerment tool to get people out there engaging in it, so that then you can point to that and say, see, this is a culture you can come here and tap into.
Right.
Because Alabama needs a little bit of a perceptual shift sometimes to attract all the audiences we want to attract.
Yeah. I mean, that's where the name came from too. Like it's a little bit of a spiritual connection there. You're seeking things, you're looking for things, you're seeking the outdoors. So yeah, that's what it's all wrapped up in.
They like spiritual down in the South. I like the double meaning to it. But again, this is so, like, let me go in here. So I want to go right to the map. Where's Dothan? Where's that?
That's going to be down south. Kind of over on that left-hand side-ish.
The left-hand side. Let's go to Dothan. Am I close? Oh, wait, no. Left? Up here?
Down a little bit.
Down. Down. There's University of South Alabama. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Yeah, see, look at this. This is, oh my God, this is so good. This is excellent.
There was a lot of work done to pull in a lot of data to get this map to the place where it is now. Our lead developer, Dan Gavin, was really focused on this for quite a long time, just to make it so usable and easy to access, and it's mobile friendly. We actually separated this into its own web page when we go to events and things that people can play with it. It's great for us too that live there. Like I'm finding, hiking trails that I didn't know about. They're in my backyard. It's a really, really great tool.
You just sneak over into Mississippi a little bit. Put the casinos right there. So I know. Let's just see. All right, this is really, really great. Where's the Charles Barkley finder?
He finds you.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh my God. Right? Can we just? I love that, man. I love that. Have we talked about this before? Like the thing that gives me the greatest joy in the world is on Inside the NBA when Charles Barkley makes Shaq just absolutely fall out laughing.
Yeah.
that is my favorite thing. Like that, if I'm having a crappy day, I just try to find something that that Charles made Shaq crack up on, and it fixes it. It makes it all better. It makes it all better. I forgot to put my little IndieWork bug in there. There you go. Yeah, and I love that you've got some good narrative going on this. Oh, okay. So hold on. Let's look at camping. So wait, is that really the sky? A time lapse? Is that a time lapse?
I believe a long exposure shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point here about activities. A lot of people think Alabama is just woods. It's just
no.
If you like the woods, then you're like Alabama. But we have so much to do. Like, people don't know we have like very dedicated groups of bouldering. Or like
yeah. Yep.
Or cave diving. Like all kinds of fun stuff to do.
This is the best picture. It's like, and I'm sorry I was snarky about being, is this real? But it's just like, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. John Whitaker, congratulations. This is wow, that is really gorgeous. Okay. All right, so let's see here. You got fishing.
The cave stuff has always been my favorite to look at.
All right, so let's go to caves. Caving. All right.
You'll notice we focused a lot on more of the natural stuff that everyone can do, everyone.
Oh yeah, so it's not like extreme or anything like
Right. Yeah. Jenny, what's our phrase that we kept saying? It was not. It was more hikes and bikes and not hooks and bullets.
Yeah.
Which is, kind of leaning away from the fishing and hunting, which is still represented.
Still
but we want to dial up, something that appeals to everyone.
Right.
Families and of all ages.
Right. Caving, that's what's going to happen with Omnicom and IPG after they merge and they have to talk to clients. Come on, that was good. That was a good one. I'm kidding. Kidding. We kid because we care. All right. So let's see. All right. So again, Innovate Alabama is the organization that, and I love that it's so nice and seamless. Like you've created its own identity, but it fits really nicely in here. So this is really cool. This is excellent. So any results that you have so far on this? And again, it's pretty early days, right?
Yeah, it's still really early days, and it's with economic development and recruitment and retention. It's one of those where we're having to both kind of formulate how we're quantifying, how we're measuring, because Innovate is a pretty new organization.
Oh, really?
How they measure what I think, they were founded in 2019.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so how they measure what they do outside of grant monies distributed is still so really, defining itself. And so I think it's one of those, they're charting their path right now.
And this Seek Alabama campaign launched just a couple months ago, 3 months ago.
Oh yeah, so it's way early.
We're fresh.
It's a bullshit question. Sorry. The food, forget it. The food.
Yeah. Oh, food is amazing in Alabama. Yes.
No, it's very, very true. All right, this is amazing. Very, very well done. I'm gonna bring Raul and Jimmy back in. Oh, Raul. I think we should just keep it like this and see what he says when we come back. It's fine. Jimmy.
A whole lot.
So this is what we call in the broadcast business a crossover. So Jimmy and Raul, your thoughts on what we just talked about? What do you think?
Yeah.
Sign you up?
Yeah. Well, I have spent a little bit of time in the South and in Alabama particularly, and I can attest, hikes and bikes spoke to me really well. It's a beautiful place.
That's really good. Raul, where'd you grow up? Why don't you unmute yourself? Or can I unmute you? Oh, there you are.
I'm actually booking my flight to Alabama as we speak.
It is beautiful. It really is beautiful. Yeah.
We get through our airport really quickly too, so that's an added bonus.
Yeah. No, it's listen, it's one of those really best kept secrets that isn't that much of a secret anymore. So yeah. So Jake and Janie, if you'd like to stay, please do, because we're going to talk to our friends here at Omelet about Monopoly Go. But yeah, I'm going to put you backstage if you can stay. Cool. If not, that's fine too. But thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, we'll come back to you if you stay.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
All right. I love it. All right. Teamwork is the dream work. That's what I love, seeing our community come together in that respect. And that is me trying to move some buttons so I don't ruin something again. Raul and Jimmy, let's get this shit out of the way. The Omelet building is bananas. Let me see if I can find it. So it's the Pterodactyl building in Culver City. What is the name of the area again? It is
The Hayden Tract.
Hayden Tract. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Doug, it's worth taking a look because
no. I've been several times. I love it.
But we have also recently moved.
Oh, where'd you move?
We moved to a place called The Preserve in Hollywood.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
the pterodactyl was kind of like a scene from Inception, and it was kind of like imploding on itself. And we thought
Right.
it's time to go get some.
Oh my God.
some
Okay.
the
Yes.
fresh air of Hollywood.
Oh no, that's great. That is fantastic. Let's see, modern elegance and rustic. Is this what I'm talking about? Wait, the Preserve LA. It's calling itself a venue. Is that true?
They do host events, weddings. It's a beautiful place. I believe it's like, the most greenage within a certain area. It's a beautiful,
Is that it?
lovely place to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, anyone
Oh.
out there who's planning on getting married, this is a nice spot.
It's very,
this is great.
it's very bungalow heavy. It's got some lightly Dharma Initiative vibes. If you're a lost guy, which
Oh my God, this is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good that's a good move right there. Where in Hollywood?
East
Right.
Hollywood, maybe
right off the 101, like right by Sunset, honestly.
Oh, okay. So over on still closer to east. Okay, got it. Got it. This is great. Okay, this is cool. I can't wait to come see you guys again. Because I used to go to the Pterodactyl building a lot. And it was a great space. But you know what? We all evolve and grow.
Yeah, we're out of our evil lair era.
I like that a lot. All right. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna start here. Here we go.
Go, friends, gather! Kiki! Chris! Oh! Jason!
Friends, let's go! Let's go, friends!
Hold on to your dice.
Nice frosting, Pratt. Thank you.
How we doing, Kiki?
Tastes like money to me.
Friend!
Let's take a chance, Jason.
Voila!
I love it! I can't go back to jail!
Wait, did you rob my bank?
Sharon is Karen, bro.
Are we winning? Money, power, friendship. Let's go!
First of all, I love the remix of "Give It to Me, Baby," Rick James. So, was that a remix or did you guys mix it up? You guys, yeah,
It's
okay.
touched up. There's some design in there. We put a little bit of a spin on it, but try to find, our version that was still absolutely Rick James front and center.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
and Jason Momoa gets his little like guitar solo edition there, just because it makes sense. So
That was in his contract.
Oh my God, that's so funny. All right, so let's go back to this relationship with this client. So walk us through the brief and the history of working with the client on this one.
Yeah, so I could speak to that. When we were in the Pterodactyl, Scopely was actually right downstairs. They had an office kind of in the same building, and our paths crossed a couple of times, and it really came to fruition here with Monopoly. And just an iconic brand that everybody knows, Monopoly, and then the game itself, Monopoly Go, biggest mobile game launch of 2023, was sort of our task was, all right, tons of people playing it. They're hugely successful on UA. How can we give it a place in culture, not just at the top of the App Store, right?
Right.
The mobile gaming playbook is very, user acquisition heavy. So it's kind of a rare opportunity for us to get to do some proper brand building.
Right. Yeah.
That's how we netted out here with our Friendship Pays campaign.
And Raul, continue. What were you going to say? Because I had a thought on like
part of the story too is like we were up on this evil lair,
right.
And they were down there. They would always see us like smoke coming out of there, fireworks, bonkers. They're like, you know what? We actually need a bonkers campaign, and so it just made sense. They're like, all right, it's time to go to the Pterodactyl and tap on their shoulder.
Well, I was just going to say, so when you say the word bonkers, Here's the thing. Let's just talk about sometimes the slippery slope of celebrity, which is not only alliterative, but it can feel like, and I think we see this mainly in Super Bowl advertising. Let's just be honest with it, but we do see it overall. I want to say sometimes over-reliance on a celebrity tries to mask a bad idea or not a great strategy. This, however, it all fits because who you picked with Kiki Palmer, with Chris Pratt, with Jason Momoa, you look at that like, yeah, that makes sense. And then you got the energy to it. Yeah, that all makes sense. Okay, this is fun. Like it's really, really solid because it could be very, very easy for this to get so loose. You could get this thing so loose, but it's super, super tight. And and on subsequent watches too, it's like when you watch something the first time, cool. I give it the 5 watch test. If by the 5th time I'm like, then I'm like, okay, it's fine, it's good. But if I'm on the 5th watch and I go, oh yeah, okay, I'm still feeling that. That's just to me. And listen, who gives a shit what I think? But it's it's sticky. I mean, it feels sticky to me. So so obviously you had a lot going on. Talk about the importance of discipline in coming up with it, whether it was editorial, some of the creative choices that you made. So walk us through how you kept that discipline.
So I think here's why these celebrities work together and it all kind of gels is because the core of the concept is that Monopoly has always been this social experience, but previously it was limited to just the handful of people you can fit around your kitchen table. Now with Monopoly Go, you can play with anybody. You can play with your mom and your coworkers and Facebook friends you haven't spoken to in a decade. And they give you all these really interesting new things to do, right? Like you go from baking billion-dollar cakes together to heisting each other. Your friends are your most valuable asset, literally in the game. And so from the beginning, we knew we wanted people who were so fun, engaging to watch. I mean, the talent we ended up with Chris and Kiki and Jason, I could watch them go to the grocery together. It would
it was good.
It would be entertaining and amazing. Right. And so just seeing them exist within this fun Monopoly world, having fun together, backstabbing and cooperating together is a blast.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this one and we'll keep talking about this great work.
Let's Monopoly go! Chris! Kiki! Ready, tycoons? It's go time! Cash grab!
Kiki, I won again?
Daddy will be back soon.
Hey, Chris, do these make us look rich?
Yes, they're top hats. Wow. We're swimming in it now.
Rinse do.
Busted. Okay, truce.
All right.
Nothing beats playing with friends, except bankrupting friends.
Give it to me.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Demonstrating a game, especially a casual mobile game, is really hard. You get the vibe of it. I love that because you basically just showed product benefits in this really exciting, fun whirlwind package. Walk us through that one, that particular spot.
One of the things about, that both spots is just like you said, there's all these icons and elements from the games. And to your point about like the 5 watch system, like we put Easter eggs throughout almost every scene, whether it's like mustaches on the buildings, the properties on the sidewalk, the little penguin who is your token just bouncing around there. Like after every watch, you'll notice different things. And so we really wanted to bring that world of the game to life in this place that we call Goville, where these, like those celebs, like Jimmy was saying, who wouldn't want to be friends with Chris, like who's like the goofy friend, or Jason, who's like the rock and roll, like let's go get in trouble friend, or Kiki is like the friend you always wanted. So,
but maybe a little naughty too.
Yeah,
Kiki's mischievous.
Yeah, and she had that, but she also had a really great chemistry with Chris. That spot, and like they literally were just hanging out talking, and when it was time to roll, they're like, oh yeah, we're doing a spot. So the chemistry, the friendship, the world building, it all just kind of like worked together, and it goes back to that word you pointed out, bonkers. It's just bonkers.
Bonkers is good. Bonkers is good.
You know, I give a lot of credit to our client partners on this one as well, Scopely, because they said this was not about selling the features of Monopoly. I mean, one of the benefits of working on the most popular board game of all time is most people get the gist. You're making a bunch of money, you're buying some stuff, you're going bankrupt. Right. So for us, it was really selling the feeling of Monopoly Go, the fun. It's frenetic, it's colorful. There's so much to do in the game, and we wanted to bring those vibes to the screen.
I'm putting paper in the printer. Hold on.
Well, maybe in the meanwhile, let's watch it four more times, right? Five times.
Then we'll know.
I was a morning show producer. Just keep going. Keep talking.
Yes.
Okay. Oh. No. We're good. That's fine. Let's watch a little behind the scenes here.
All right, Monopoly, let's go.
Rob my bank?
Yep.
I don't know what I'm running to.
That's hilarious.
2, 1.
Hurry up, shoe on supple. You gotta buy a ticket and go to the movies.
Rinse do.
And action.
You know how they say the camera adds 10 pounds? This one adds like 8 inches. Wait, that seemed weird.
Your bud is mine.
We are children.
Busted!
Pump it a little faster. 1, 2, like
so maybe I get 3.
Stop! Stop!
I'm for real, bro. I'm a movie star. Like Chris Pratt.
Woo! Monopoly Go, baby!
All right. So where do you go from here? I mean, now, I don't want you to tease too much.
Sure.
But if we could put okay, we know that those 3 work together. I'll start with a celebrity, and then you need to fill in who okay, this is a game. Here we go. I'll start, and then Raul, you get the second, and then Jimmy, you get the third.
Okay.
And then we'll just the dream team. I'm going to start with Kristen Bell. Raul, who would you match up with Kristen Bell?
Kristen Bell. I mean,
the correct answer is Jamie Foxx. All right, Jimmy, who's the third?
Gary Sinise.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, yeah. Jimmy, you go first.
Dax Shepard.
Okay, that's a good one.
That was going to be my answer for the previous one, but that was too obvious.
No, it's too obvious.
Let's go with Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty solid. I will go with Christine Baranski. Solid, right?
Nailed it.
Nice.
All right, Raul, you start us on round 3.
Okay.
Let's go with Will Forte.
John Cena.
Oh my God. Okay. Queen Latifah.
Yeah, that's a combo right there.
Holy shit. All right.
That's a comedy, a buddy cop movie.
Oh my God.
It probably exists.
Yeah.
This is a fun game. All right, we got to make a game out of this. I love it. I don't think there's anything else to add. I think you're going to keep checking in with us when you got new work coming in. We'll take a look at it. And yeah, this is great. What do you love most about this relationship with your client? Because our great friends down at Big talking about how Seek Alabama is just, it's so important to just have that dynamic with the client. Talk about what you value most about your partnership with your client.
Well, I spoke about it a little bit, Lee, how, a lot of briefs, there's a long list of the product features and details that you must get in there. And too often they get in the way of the fun. And our mandate here has been entertainment first. And it starts with these ads that are all over the place, 10 languages, they're everywhere on your TV, on your phone. But we've got a lot of work coming out on social, some parody stuff. Even in this campaign at launch, we've got our monopolisms, which are like deep pocket thoughts was kind of the working title that we had there with Will, Mr. Monopoly, just sharing some really fun stuff. So just being able to entertain people. I mean, that's the dream, right? Is wake up and talk about nonsense all day and have it make a difference for our clients. That's great.
And then seeing the monthly user average go up. and to see from Janie and Jake seeing more people coming in to move. So we do one more round. Like, let's do 5 select.
I already picked my 3.
Did you? All right, go. I want to hear it.
As soon as I saw it, I was already playing the game in my head.
Go.
Conan O'Brien, Octavia Spencer, and then just an average person.
Okay. Jake?
That'd be fun.
Jake, you want to play?
Sure. Give me somebody. I'll pair him up.
British comedian James Acaster.
Pedro Pascal.
Ooh.
I love him. I think he's hilarious, and he doesn't get enough comedy,
Right.
You know who would partner well with him is Carrot Top.
But also, think about Quinta Brunson. Right?
Yes.
Can do no wrong. And I'm a Philly guy, so of course I'm partial. Quinta Brunson is like Philly star. Just love. I love it when good folks come out of Philly and do amazing things. Okay, we could play this game all day long. But Jake, Janie, what did you think? Good campaign, right?
Yeah, I think it's great. And I don't know, it just gives you kind of the essence of the experience you're going to have, which is cool. And then does it obviously with people that love to watch do really anything.
Exactly.
I mean, very entertaining. I've already seen these ads. I didn't know you guys did them before today. And I mean, hats off. They're fantastic. I watch, I rarely click the skip button just, out of habit, but definitely don't want to skip these. One thing I do want to point out, though, something you said, Raul, that I thought was really interesting was adding Easter eggs into each of the spots, which I think is really smart because people will see these ads over and over and over. And I think that's great that you can, entertain somebody, but they'll spot something new. I think that's a definitely.
Because think about the fatigue that we go through, right? Is as much as it's nice to see Jake from State Farm. Who is that? Who is that?
Someone's
that's not me. I swear to God, that's not me.
Once in a while, I have to release some air from my body. So
This is what happens when you get older. No, go ahead, Raul.
No, but Jake, Easter eggs. It's so much fun, but it's also because it's a world that people know, like free parking, going to jail. Like there's all these things that we all know about this game. So it was a lot of fun to sort of build that up.
And credit to Raul and our VFX partners. I mean, even the buildings have mustaches in this spot.
They do.
No, I love it.
That was Jam VFX. Shout out to them.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, they are fantastic.
Awesome.
We got to talk about photographers, VFX. Who else do we want to give props to? Janie and Jake. Who else on your team and your partners do you want to give props to?
We have so many people working at the agency hard on this, but I mean, certainly want to call out our photographer that's worked with us on a lot of these different spots, Wes Fraser. He's a local to Birmingham, but also does work all over the country. He's done a great job on a lot of these spots.
Nice.
Yep. And I'll call out our director too. If you see our spots that feature the song "The Seeker" by The Who, we'll call out Brian Curtin, our director, who did a phenomenal job on it, as well as Caleb Zorn, who's our DP. Fantastic looks for everything alongside Wes. Just kind of made it all look seamless.
That's great. That's great. And here's the thing that people forget. And I'm talking to you, marketers and CMOs. I love you to death, but these are but 2 examples of just the laser focused craft and finding the right partners and doing all of the things to ensure that this work stands out and does what it's supposed to do. There is no make campaign button on the computer keyboard. I wish there were, but there's not. And so this is why we like getting into the weeds a little bit, because it's number one, we want to celebrate it. But secondly, we want everyone to know, especially marketers and CMOs, and they know how hard this is, but it's also a good reminder that it's hard, but it's rewarding. And there is a tremendous amount of deep care that's put into all this stuff. So this is just a reminder, and really huge high fives to not just your agencies and these campaigns, but a huge high five to all of our agencies, especially our members. We know how hard this is. We know how hard this is. But damn, it's so rewarding when we can come out and talk about this stuff and just really start celebrating each other. So give each other a virtual high five from LA and from Alabama. There you go. I'm going to put you all backstage. You all get one last word, one sentence had to close this sucker up. Raul, you go first.
Yeah, I'll just build off what you were talking about, indie agencies. And it is a privilege to be part of something where it feels like we are in control of our own destiny. We all have a hand on the spaceship steering wheel, picking where we're going to go in the galaxy. So there's something exciting about that. And when we and I love that you want to celebrate all of that. So thank you.
Exactly. Jimmy.
I'm going to build too. So I love that we can use our size to our advantage and really get in the weeds of it, the hands-on leadership, the kind of intimate collaboration that you're only going to get from a small team that's been together for a while.
I love it. Janie?
Yeah, just say thank you for having us here to talk about this work. I mean, I think that one of the things that we really value about what we get to do is just the cooperation, having a client that's interested in the idea and getting to, work with them and on something that feels human and real is really exciting.
Jake, you get the last word, buddy.
Last word. I just want to say thanks for having us. And if you get time, go to seekalabama.com.
Yeah. Okay. We'll put the link in there. I got it. Don't worry. I got it. All right. I'm going to put you all backstage real quick as I wrap this up. And thank you all 4 of you for joining us. And I want to thank all of you, especially our members coming up to 190. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your support of this mission. Really, the brief on this is build a global home for independent agencies. The mission is to serve indies and the brilliant people behind them. Our goal is more visibility for indies and more choice for marketers, because marketers and CMOs, I know that your job is very difficult too. And I know that you have stuff that you need to get done. So get in touch with us. We can help you out. We're going to have more specifically on that as well. But yeah, we're proud of what we're building, and we're proud to be doing this with agencies, people in leadership that are really dedicated to solving brands' business problems. Again, a shout out to Lindsay Slaby. Thanks for being a good sport. We love you. We love you. We love you. On behalf of everybody in Indie Agency News, I'm Doug Zanger. A reminder, tomorrow, the Fun and Games Tournament of Champions starting at 9:30 right here. We'll see ya.